What's up guys, it's JJ here, and today's video is going to be a little bit different. This is just basically me talking about, like a couple of subjects that kind of caught my eye like in the past few days that I just kind of wanted to just kind of get my thoughts about. So the first thing is, and I have them both pulled up right here just so I can kind of look up further information if a question pops up in my head. And also, as I talk about this, if y'all know information that I don't know about, like, just let me know in the comments, okay? Because these are just two really just interesting topics that I just kind of wanted to just talk about. So first off is now I don't know how many of y'all know this, but I just found out that TK, the rapper, was sentenced to 55 years in prison. Now TK, of course, is a rapper who who blew up. I think was it like a year ago? Was it like a year ago, 2 years maybe? I don't know. But he he blew up on a song called The Race. It went viral all over the internet, and it was also suspected that at the time, yes, that he was on the run from the police and that he was trying to escape charges for robbing and murder. And I just looked at a video yesterday saying that he was sentenced to 55 years in prison for, I think, one of the charges against him for robbery and murder. And apparently there are multiple charges. I know that there were multiple people that they said that he robbed and killed. These were allegedly at the time. And it's just crazy, man. This is the one thing about new upcoming rappers that I always fear, especially when they talk about, first of all, gun toting, affiliating themselves with gangs and killing people. This is the one thing that people really don't really put much thought into, but they really should, is that when they talk about this kind of stuff, it can be put against them, when stuff like this arises. So yeah, that's just kind of crazy to me because first of all, he's 19 years old. Imagine being 19 years old, man, and being in court, bro. Just being in court for finding out that you're gonna be sentenced to 55 years in prison. That I can't even imagine his what's going on through his mind right now. I can't even imagine. And he's still being filed up on other charges of robbery and murder as we speak. So that's really the crazy part to me. That's just always the concerning thing about like I said, upcoming artists when they talk about stuff like this. I even saw that Genius did a video on this, and they were talking about how they talked to this professor, I think at the University of Georgia. I think it was a law professor, and she was talking about how exactly how rap lyrics can be used against artists in court. So, and I don't remember exactly what she said, but y'all could always look up the video that Genius did on TK anyway. But yeah, that's always something that always concerned me about artists, that when they talk about this stuff, that it's going to come back and bite them in the butt later on like this. For example, NLE Choppa, what does he talk about? Look at all of his his Shoot a Flow videos. What does he talk about? There's and there's and I think on Shoot a Flow 2, all actually the first one too, the first one and the second one, gun toting in the videos. So and even though it's something that we're I feel like this is just something that, especially us in this generation, just we're what's the word? I don't know if I'll say diluted about it, because we see it all the time and we hear it all the time in these lyrics, but we don't really think about what could be at the root of it, or what this could cause for them in the future. So all I'm gonna say is on that, I just pray for TK, man. And I remember when I first heard this a while back, especially when I found out that the alleged robberies and murders were in Texas. That's when I knew that there was no way that he gonna get off. There was just no way. Because even though all around murder is illegal, of course, but especially in Texas, they are not gonna let that man. I knew that they weren't gonna let that man live at all. So all I can really do is just just really pray for TK at this point. What? There's really not, I just don't see him getting out of this at all. I mean, he's already been sentenced, so I don't even know if there's anything else anybody can do at this point. So yeah, really all I can really do is just pray for TK and just hopefully that he just get through the best that he can. So off of that subject, now And now like this is something that I heard about a few days ago, but I didn't really look into much information about, is the arsonist attack at Kyoto Animation in Japan. Now, first of all, I want to send my condolences to everybody who's been affected by this situation, and I just pray for like everybody who's been involved, all the people who have passed away, everybody who's been injured. So I just wanted to say that. Now, it's just it's just sad that we just live in a world like this, where where this stuff can like really happen. Because when I first heard about it, like I wanted to know like what was the motive behind the person, because when somebody does something like extreme like this, I always want to know what's what's going through their head, what are they thinking to do this. And I'm reading this right now, and this says that the arson suspect told the police that his work had been plagiarized by Kyoto Animation, and I guess like and I don't know much like further beyond that. So if y'all know, like, please let me know. But it's just sad, like, and they also said that clearly he had like underlying mental health issues, which I'm pretty sure that's like a given when you do something like this. So like it's just sad. So I really pray for everybody in Japan who's been affected by this situation, all the families and friends of people who've been passed and injured. So like this is just terrible, man. Like, this is just terrible. I really wish that we didn't live in a world like this, where we have to have to really do anything like this. And granted that Japan has like a low crime rate, but still this just kind of proves that even when places seem like the most safe on record, like you just never really you just never really know, man. So my heart goes out to everybody who's been affected by the situation. So yeah, that's just crazy. Like, yeah, so this video is just really just me talking about those two subjects. Now, of course, I'm gonna reiterate again, I pray for TK, I pray for everybody in Japan and all the people affected by the situations. And I just hope that, now I know that this may be a stretch, but I don't know at this point. Because even though because I'm a firm believer that the world needs world peace, I just don't, but as you can see, there's just no way we're getting there anytime soon. There's just no way we're just doing it anytime soon. I just really wish that the world just wasn't like this, but unfortunately this is just the world that we live in. So we're just gonna have to make sure that we're just aware of this information, and just kind of look out for not only ourselves but for the people around us. So yeah, that's all I really wanted to talk about. So see ya.